Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show a little bit of the app that I've been working on lately. Basically, it's a multi-user collaborative video instrument. It's kind of a VJ app that can be controlled by multiple people using different sensor technologies at the same time. So it's both a software and a hardware system. And this version of it, it's a result of a collaboration that I've been doing with the artist team Lovid. And this is kind of an iteration of a larger project. So we created this specific app to bring to Korea with us, where I am now. And we've been doing workshops here as guests of the U.S. Embassy. We've been working with different high schools and some universities to see how different people interact with our system and what kinds of ideas they have as a result. So the app itself is meant to be tied into different sensor systems corresponding to different levels of social interaction, different spheres. So based on the idea of the reaction bubble, which is of a concept in the field of proxemics. We've been looking at different levels of space in terms of distance from the body. So been thinking about intimate space, personal space, social space, and public space. So we've developed sets of sensors that work for all of those different spaces. At least 3 of those spaces right now, and we're working on the intimate space currently. So one set of sensors we have is infrared. These are custom Arduino-based boards we developed that we place around the room in an exhibition or a performance setting, and they can detect movement. They're basically infrared tripwires, so they set up a very narrow light beam, invisible light beam, and as they're tripped, they send a wireless signal to a master Arduino that can detect that and generate an effect on screen. In this app, they're tied to adding or removing video channels from the main projection. There's also a set of capacitive touch sensors. Originally, these are ceramic with gold, glazed in gold to make them capacitive. And we've also developed a traveling version of that with laser cut acrylic and just copper tape. I don't have any of those running at the moment, so I'm just going to show how this app works using a keyboard and mouse. The third set of sensors we have is for the social sphere. So we're using a Kinect camera and getting a depth image from that, and then thresholding the depth and getting a pretty clear blob detection image of gesture. And we're using gesture as a way of controlling position of each video channel on the screen. The capacitive touch sensors control different effects, which is what I want to show in this video. Is another level that I've added recently is a masking effect. So there's 10 different shaders, shader patterns that I'm using as masks, and these can all be kind of merged together or overlaid together in varying degrees, specifically for each video. Each video can have a different mask effect. There's also kind of more video effects. So there's 6 different effects that the capacitive sensors are intended to control. So there's size, tint, and then the shader effects are contrast, brightness, saturation, and I developed a custom pixelation effect and a custom glitch effect that I'll show. So for this iteration of the app, all the videos are brought in through the Vine API, so people can upload a video through Vine and tag it, and the app will live search for new videos with a certain hashtag and download them and automatically start playing them into the app. Or you can preload video just as a video file, which is what I've done here. So I'm going to add some videos to the screen. This would be done using infrared beam breaks. You can see that they're black right now. They're just black boxes, which is because all of the masking effects are turned down to 0. So I'll start and just go one by one. This is a kind of dot field effect. For a lot of these effects, I was looking at techniques of shibori indigo dyeing. So it's like Japanese kind of indigo tie-dye techniques. And there's a lot of sort of dots in wavy lines. See some other things, crosses that I've been using. So that's one effect. And then there's other effects that are more kind of inspired by video and op art. This is kind of a in between the two. This is a wavy line type effect. Adding to that now is this sort of expanding inverted diamond tile. So now it's just the diamond effect. I'm going to turn that off. This is one of the cross effects, this sort of rotating cross field. Turn that down and turn up the next one. It's kind of a sparse cross field. And another field of crosses, sort of a wave effect. This is another type of op art effect. It's sort of chevron flow. These trapezoidal tiles. Another set of trapezoids. This is kind of a shibori style. These dots in shibori would be produced using wax resist. And that's on the last effect is sort of this kaleidoscope style starburst using some merged trapezoids. So if I turn up a lot of these at once, you'll be able to see the video behind it. Okay, now you can see more of that video. And I'll also show some of the video effect shaders. So here's a glitch. So on top of the glitch, I'm going to add a pixelation. Let me show you what that looks like without the glitch too. Okay, so that's without the glitch. This is contrast, so it's removing and adding contrast. That's saturation, so that's desaturated. And that's oversaturated. There, you can see that better. And that's tint. Just tint up and tint down. Cyan, magenta, and then the other effect that's controlled by the touch sensor is size. The Kinect camera would be able to move the video around screen, and then more videos could be triggered using the theme breaks. So each video can have its own effects. So we've got multiple patterns running on this, all the cross patterns at once. I can add contrast, add another video, scale it down. Let's see, there's a video behind it here. Move that out of the way. This effect. That's a tint. And that about covers where we are with this app at the moment.